So here we are again, no? We have the approach number 1 earlier na, the recursion function. Now, we will do the approach number 2, which is gagamit tayo ng regular functions with looping, no? Kanina po ay ginamit natin ng recursive function or recursion function, no? This time, gagamit tayo ng regular function na may kasama ding loopings, ano? Without further ado, let's start our coding, no? So at this part, I will be using the void, no? Gagawa pa rin tayo ng function, no? Uunahin natin ang function before ang operation. So, ang function po is hindi po yan siya may include doon sa operation ng ilalagay natin sa baba, but it is made for that for multiple coding, no? For multiple use, yes. For multiple use kaya tayo gumagawa ng function. Para hindi na po tayo mag-coding ng napakahaba ng paulit-ulit. We just mentioned the function name and pwede natin siyang gamitin ng paulit-ulit. Okay? So, I'm gonna use here void, no? And I'll give a name of generate Fibonacci sequence. Generate Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci. Yan, no? So, I will put the int here. I'm sorry, na-double lang ating so, I'm gonna put int and the end, no? Yan. Same process lang po na ginawa kanina. However, iba lang po ang syntax natin ginagamit dito. Okay, so open curly bracket, no? And here mag-assign na po tayo ng variable. Let's say I will put the variable name A, because variable name doesn't matter. What more important is yung kanyang content or yung kanyang value. So I'll put here the number 0, no? Why 0? Kasi nga, gaya ng kanina sa first approach natin, the Fibonacci always starts with 0 and 1. Standard na po yan at di po natin yan pwedeng palitan. So, integer B, since number po ang nilagay natin, so integer po talaga ang ating variable. So, I will put here 1 and semicolon, no? And I will put another int kung saan siya yung magko-contain, no, ng overall output ng dalawa nating variable, temporary. So, I'll name the variable temporary, no, since temporary lang naman to. Okay, doesn't matter. So, dito ko na po gagawin yung ating if statement, no. Sa looping po na ginamit natin dito, still ginamit natin is for loop pa din. So, maglalagay tayo ng if statement, no? If, open parenthesis, and end is equal to 0, no? And maglalagay tayo ng dalawang bar, indicating as 2 section, no? Ayan. And 1. Open close parenthesis and curly bracket. Now, you might be asking, no? You might be asking, why did we put 0 and 1 here? Fibonacci always starts with 1, no? Kaya nilagay po natin to dalawang statement. If n is equal to 0, or could either be n is equal to 1, therefore, this is true. This is true. Kasi ang Fibonacci talaga, nagsisimula po tayo sa 0 and 1. So, ilalagay natin dito, isi-see out natin siya, no? Kasi, press tab and see out. Ayan. See out, then ilalagay natin must be up to 2 terms. So in order, no, in order for us to get the Fibonacci sequences, no, we must not put just one sequence. We must put 2 sequence pataas so that mag-generate ang flow ng ating Fibonacci. We can't mention just one sequence, no, like first sequence number 1 or sequence 0, no. We must mention the sequence na pataas po doon sa 1 so that mag-generate po ang ating Fibonacci, no. So I had put a space here. Doesn't matter if may space o wala. Then we will put a semicolon, which is very important, you know. Alright, okay then. Close bracket, no. Alright. Now, dito natin gagawin ang ating for loop. We'll make for, no. We say for and open parenthesis and int. And we'll put I, no. Dito natin gagawin ang ating statement. I is equal to 0. I'm sorry, nalakyan yung I. Okay. I is equal to 0. Yan. And semicolon, no. I is less than, and sorry, lumaki na naman ang ating I. Problem with the keyboard, no. And semicolon ulit. And I will put the plus symbol here, dalawa, no. Really had a problem with our keyboard. Automatic lumalaki ang ating letter. We just have to be kailangan lang natin pagbantay sa ating mga codes, because isang maling codes hindi po magrarun ng ating system. Okay, so I'll put tab here, no. Isi-see out ko ang value ni A. I will mention A. I will further explain if matapos ko siyang i-code. Yan. So, sa part na po ito, maglalagay po tayo ng comma, no? Tapos space, then quotation mark. So, naglagay po tayo dito ng space and a comma sa last part, so that if mag-run po ang ating Fibonacci sequence, no, meron tayong space sa bawat numbers. At meron tayong comma sa bawat numbers para maging appropriate ang kanyang outcome. Okay, I will put semicolon here. And then, I will mention the temporary, no, temporary variable ng ating kanina, no, which is, ang i-content po ng ating temporary variable is yung A plus B. Yan, A plus B. So, you might be asking, why did I put A plus B here? So, this is how the process works po. If maglalagay po tayo ng sequence, maglalagay po tayo ng nth term ng ating Fibonacci, gagawin po ni for loop is ibabalik niya ng ibabalik ang process hanggang ma-meet niya yung nilagay na nth term ng ating user, no? Same process lang po. So, ilalagay natin dito yung A, no? So, you might be asking, no, why did I put this statement, no? I will just explain, no, para mas maintindihan po natin. When natin nilagay itong statement na to, no, itong int I is equal to 0, then I is less than n, and I plus plus. So, sa part na po ito, no, ang standard po talaga ng ating value ng ating I is 0 talaga. Kasi ang Fibonacci natin is usually talaga, nag-start po talaga tayo standard sa 0 papunta sa pataas, no, pataas ng Fibonacci natin. So, nilagay natin dito ng value is I is total to 0, no, and then we put the I is less than n, no, which is mag-start sa 0 papunta dun sa nth term na ilalagay ni user mamaya. So, ang purpose nito ay naglagay ng I plus plus para continuous ang flow ng ating output ng mga numbers natin. For example, ang I natin is 0. Naglagay tayo ng n na 5. So, ang I, magpa-plus siya ng 1. Then, papasok ang ating I plus plus. Papasok natin ng ang 1 plus 1. So, papasok ang ating 2. So, 1 plus 2, papasok naman ang ating 3, which is yung ating pangalawang term. Tapos 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Ito is ang ating pang-apat na term. So, yun po ang process why natin minention itong apat na to sa baba. So that, i-contain niya, paulit-ulit niyang gagawin yung process hanggang maabot niya yung nth term na binigay ni user doon sa input. So, dito po natin gagawin ang ating operation, no? We're gonna put here the int, no? Int main. Open and close parenthesis, no? Curly bracket. I'm sorry. Yan. Curly bracket. And then we'll put the int, no? Int and the n semicolon, no? dito natin bibigyan ng kagaya po ng unang process natin kanina doon sa recursion function. Kagaya rin doon is bibigyan din natin ng freedom itong si user, no, para makapag-input ng depende kung anong ilang nth term ang gusto niyang ilagay. So we will put here the cout, no, just like the first one, cout. Okay, cout, enter, no, enter a number of term, or we'll say terms, depende sa user natin ilan ang gusto niya. Ayan, and we'll put a semicolon dito sa part na to. Quotation mark and semicolon, and then we will put here the cin, no, cin, yan, mali pa ng ating so cin, yan, and end, so that magkaroon ng freedom si user na i-access itong end term natin, para magkaroon siya ng freedom para mag-input ng number doon sa end na yan. And so we will put here, we will mention here yung ating function, no, para mag-work ang ating code. Kailangan natin i-mention itong si function name, no, kasi siya yung magpa-process or mag-run sa ating code mamaya pag sini-out natin tong code natin, no. It is very important to mention the function name so that hindi na tayo maglalagay ng paulit-ulit na process ng mga codings. Isang tawagan na lang, isahan na lang, and everything will gonna be just fine. Okay, we'll put the end, yan, mention the end, semicolon, and then we'll put the return 0, no. Standard po kay C++ ang nilagay ang return 0. Ayan. And the final is yung ating close curly bracket, no. And so this is the overall output po. This is the overall output. So kagaya po ng ating first video, no, yung tungkol sa recursion na function, same process lang po ang kanyang gagawin. Ibabalik niya ng ibabalik hanggang sa maging true ang kanyang statement. Like dito sa ating first statement, no, if n is equal to 0 and n is equal to 1, no, magpa-process siya na magpa-process hanggang ma-meet niya yung end term na binigay ni user. Yun po ang purpose, no, why tayo naglagay ng mga loopings and functions dito, so that mag-work sila as one, para hindi po mag-error ang ating buong function. They all work as one. So that's why it is very important to consider those syntaxes, no, bago natin siya i-run. So let's just run this, no. And so here we are, no. Let's say I want to find the 6th term ulit. Sabihin kong 6th term. 6, ayan. So here is the final output. Same lang po siya ng output ng ating first approach, yung recursion function, and using the regular function with for loop din po. Yan. And ito po ang kanyang output. It doesn't matter kung ilang number of term gusto nating hanapin, it will automatically gonna show up or pop out. Sasabihin ko ng I want to find out the 8th term. Then the 8th term is 13, which is correct. So therefore, successful ang ating code. Now that is the program on how to generate the Fibonacci sequence by using the regular functions. Once again, I'm Alvin J. Tahaji, and that's all. Thank you.